And for more on China-India relations, we are joined by Ambassador Chen Mingming. He is a former Chinese ambassador to New Zealand. Ambassador Chen, what's the significance of President Xi's trip this time around, do you think?
President Xi's visit to India will greatly boost the bilateral relationship between China and India, the two largest economies in Asia and two very important neighbors in this region. It will certainly boost the strategic partnership that is being developed between the two countries.
Foreign Ministry spokesman Hong Lei said that the border issues won't stop China and India developing this relationship. What's your thought on that?
I fully agree with Mr. Hong's remarks on the boundary issue. Actually, given the enormous common stake that both countries have in building a strong partnership, I think they realize that it is not in their interests to allow the boundary issue to dominate the agenda of the relationship. It is not in their own interest to allow the relationship to be hijacked by the boundary issue. Actually, the two countries have developed a very effective approach to the boundary issue, that is, to freeze it. Specifically, it means to maintain peace and stability in the border areas along the actual line without doing anything to disturb it. And at the same time, both countries should seek a solution and stick to make sure that peace and stability are ensured in the border regions pending a final resolution. And I must say that this policy has worked remarkably well. It has ensured peace along the Sino-Indian border for over half a century. And I believe that during his visit to India, Chinese President Xi Jinping will reaffirm China's position on the boundary issue, and I'm sure that his position will be reciprocated by the Indian Prime Minister Modi.
There's been a lot of reporting, as you know, international reporting about Modi meeting with Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Some speculating that India and Japan building closer ties, perhaps at the expense of China. What are your thoughts on that?
I think this notion is really far-fetched. India, as a sovereign country, has the right to grow relations with other countries to meet its own interests. But this need not to be done at the expense of its relations with China. And also, if you look at the map, geographically, India and Japan are so far apart. I think it's unimaginable for the two countries to form a sort of anti-China alliance. That is just fantasy, in my view.
And you heard in our earlier report Modi saying that he sees the relationship building from inches to miles. How much will this help to move that progress along, do you think, this visit by President Xi Jinping?
I'm sure that President Xi's visit to India will greatly boost the China-India relations across board, and particularly in the field of economic cooperation. There is a strong complementarity between China and India, and particularly in economic terms. And there is so much China can do to help India develop its infrastructure, railways, build power plants. And China can benefit a lot from India's strength in soft power as a reliable supplier of raw materials. So I'm sure that much can be accomplished, much ground will be covered during President Xi's visit, and this will surely enhance the bilateral economic cooperation. That's my view.
Ambassador Chen, thank you so much for joining us from Beijing. Appreciate it.